This is the School Success Podcast, a podcast for school leaders to learn from other school leaders what's working and what's not, and to get inspiration and encouragement, as well as strategies to grow school enrollment, connect with families, retain teachers, recruit teachers, and everything in between. You guys are heroes, and I cannot thank you enough for pouring into this next generation that's coming behind us. My goal is you will take at least one thing away from every episode that you can take back to your school to make it better than it is right now. Please enjoy the School Success Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Herzog Foundation.
Time for school.
Hey, School Success Makers. Welcome to another edition of the School Success Podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Slater, and we're here for week 6 of 8 weeks in our marketing and enrollment series, all trying to keep them around that 10-minute mark or less. I'm going to try and get these last three under 10 minutes, if at all possible, for you guys to keep it short and sweet so you can take these things back to your school to make them better than they are right now. As a quick recap, if you have not listened to the previous 5 weeks, we want you to go back and listen to those. They do not build off of each other, but they do all stand alone and are there to help you guys with this marketing and enrollment season that we're in. But as a quick recap, just in case it goes, ooh, that sounds good, I need to go back and listen to that one. Week 1, we're talking about all surveying families. You need to be doing that at least once a year so you can see, like, how are you doing? And you take that feedback, make your school better. Week 2 is talking about building a target persona, like who do you want in your school so you can know who to market to. It makes it a lot easier instead of just casting a really wide net and hoping just catch somebody, but they might not be the right fit for you. And then week 3 was all about reviews. You guys need reviews. You need them consistently, and you need good ones, and you need to be responding to the ones that you get. So that's on week 3. And week 4 was all about flanking and Me Too branding. So a lot of times when in school marketing, well, some school will say they're doing this. You go, oh, we do that too. And we'll also add that as well. And you kind of just blend in with everybody. Instead, you need to start flanking and saying, hey, what is it that makes us unique and stands out? We got to dive into that, obviously, in more detail in week 4. And then week 5 last week, we were talking about should you put tuition on your website or not. That one's a fun one. Always get some fun pushback either way you go on that one. So go listen to last week if you should put tuition prices on your website or not if you're a private school. And then on to week 6. So we're going to try and cover a lot on this one because it's more specific all about your website. So diving in, be respectful of all y'all's time for it today. Hey, School Success Makers, Mitchell here. I just want to take a really quick break from the show to give a big, huge shout out to the Herzog Foundation. I absolutely love the Herzog Foundation. I've been friends and partners with them for a couple years now, but we're bringing it to a whole new level. And I'm excited to share that our very own School Success Podcast is now featured on the Herzog Foundation Podcast Network. The Herzog Foundation is a powerhouse of resources designed to support schools like yours, from free training events through the Herzog Foundation Institute to their incredible online news publication, The Lion, and of course, our new podcast, Home. They have everything you need to stay informed and inspired. And if you're dreaming of starting your own Christian school or co-op, don't miss their online course, Schoolbox. It's a fantastic resource to help you get started on the right foot. At School Success, we're proud to partner with the Herzog Foundation to bring you these valuable tools and insights. So visit herzogfoundation.com to explore all they have to offer. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on these amazing opportunities for growth and success. And I love all the people over there, and I know you guys will too. So please go check them out, and you won't be disappointed. Now, back to the show. So on your website, a lot of times we see people, they go, you should show what you offer, but you don't want to over explain. And we see this all the time with schools that we're talking to going, man, they like dive into all the specifics, like deep diving, especially on the homepage of like, here's what we do and here's how we do it. And they get really, really specific. And I don't mind you guys getting specific, but I'd rather you put that on a separate page once they're hooked and they do want to learn more. And maybe that's saved for a tour or an academic consultation when they come in to see you in person. A lot of times schools will get really specific and they'll get really, really wordy on the homepage. And I just don't want to see you guys do that because a lot of times our brains turn off and I go, oh my goodness, because there's too much information for our brains to take in. A lot of times we're scanning websites. We don't necessarily read websites all the time. We scan. We kind of look for some information that we want, look at the big words, and kind of see, is this what we're looking for? Is this what we want? And then we read the website. So if you guys are over explaining on your homepage and putting too much content in there, you might again be pushing people away. And we don't want that to happen. So one of my favorite analogies, like the KISS analogy, keep it simple, stupid. Like keep it simple, guys. You don't have to over explain. You don't have to go crazy here. Just keep it simple and you're going to be in good hands. So don't over explain yourself. If you feel like if you are, put it in the chat GPT, an AI software, and say, am I over explaining this? Or, hey, can you simplify this for me? Can you shorten this for me? And I bet you that'll help you. Not that you have to use it verbatim of what they come up with you, but they might give you the ideas that you needed and are looking for to go, oh, like that's a lot better. So check that out, but simplify how you guys are talking about this. And then I like to tell schools, your website should pass. I've heard this from a guy we like to listen to his content, Donald Miller. He talks about it needs to pass the grunt test of your website, where like a caveman looks at it and be able to grunt back to you what it is. I've never like loved that analogy. So I was like, how about for schools, we call it the toddler test? Like you should be able to show your website to a toddler and they've been able to say, this is what it is. Like, oh, this is helping students. This is a school. This is, so just again, a fun phrase of going, can your website, is it simple enough that you could put it in front of a toddler and they could be able to say, I know what that is. Oh, that is a school that's doing this. Again, this is a very simple idea for you guys to go. You don't have this website to be, it needs to be college grade where it's like crazy specific and it's built on this high level of what you're offering. Just really, you guys got to focus on keeping it simple. And so think about, if you put it in front of a kid, can they read through it? Can they look at it and understand what it is that you're offering and how you make this family or the student's life better? And that's all about, again, going back to keeping it simple, making it very clear. This is the problem that we solve for you and your family. And then kind of leading on to that, I really love seeing schools on their website that make a current families page. So I want you guys to be thinking about your website right now and think about who is it built for. And so I think a lot of times we try and blend it where it's like, oh, our website on the homepage, it's for current families, but it's also for potential families. I really want you guys to frame your mindset on this to go, your website is for potential families, not for current families. Now, I mean the homepage. So you can have a current families page on your website, but that's something they would click on in like the top right-hand corner. You have like a button saying current families. They click on that, they get brought into the current families page, and that's where you can put things that you want to show to your families. But then what you can do is when you have that and you're marketing to your current families, your email newsletters to your current families, you can tell them, hey, here's the link. Or, hey, if you ever need to know what's going on, there is a link on our website. Here's how to find it, and train them to know where to look on the website to get that information. And then go, man, our website is for potential families to enroll in our school. And that's what I want you guys to have as your main focus. So, hey, I just want to take a really quick break from the podcast to highlight one of our amazing partners and sponsors, ClassReach. If you're a new school administrator or founder and are struggling to keep up with all the hassles of planting a new school, like collecting tuition, communicating with parents, or handling student data, then you need ClassReach. ClassReach is the all-in-one software that helps with everything from admissions and tuition to classroom management and parent communications. Sign up for a free consultation with one of their school specialists and see how ClassReach can help your school grow today. You guys can check them out online, classreach.com. They are a kingdom-minded company, and I love their leadership team there. I've become friends with a lot of them. They truly are a great company. I support them, and I love them, and you guys will love them too. Check them out at classreach.com. Now, back to the show. As you're looking at your website, writing it, redoing it, whatever you're doing in the website world, I want you guys to put on the hat of like, this is for potential families. What do we need to say to get people to jump into that? And that's why, if you don't have one currently, make a page for current families that will have all the information for them. And then I mentioned this last week, but again, in your wording, a lot of times we like to say our school's affordable. Don't use that word anymore. I would love to have you guys use the word accessible. Way better word in the grand scheme of things to say, hey, our school, it's affordable for all. Instead, we go, hey, our school is accessible to anybody. Talk to us to find out how. And so if you guys frame your mindset of like the words you use, because our words are very, very powerful of how we frame things, we'd love for you guys to use the word accessible instead of affordable. And then last but not least, for today's episode, I want to mention that you need to have clear call to actions. You can usually hear it abbreviated, the CTAs. And so that's just like, what is it that you want someone to do when they're on your website? And that could be, again, different for every school. Typically it's, either apply now or book a consultation now, call now. It's very direct. This is what we want you to do on the website. So that'll be different for every school. So you sit down with your leadership team or your board and say, hey, what is it we want people to do when they're on our website? We typically we'll suggest to clients to say, hey, it's book a consultation now or academic consultation now, book a tour now, anything like that, and bring them right into a calendar link or something to where they can actually book a tour and do that right from the website. But be really clear. I don't like call to actions that are click to learn more, find out how, or anything like that. They're very broad and they're not specific on what it is that you actually want those people to do. So please avoid those and keep the call to action very direct, very simple, and you guys are going to be awesome. Whew. All right. I tried to do that as fast as I could. I hope that was helpful. Plus, I usually talk fast because I get really excited about marketing and helping schools grow enrollment and fill empty seats. So I hope that was helpful, guys. So if you need to, you can re-listen to it. And if I went way too fast, put it on 0.75 speed instead of 1.5 speed, which I like to listen to my podcast on, and you guys will be great. So before you go, 3 free resources I want to make sure you guys are aware of that we offer to all of you. And the first one is what you're listening to right now. It's the School Success Podcast. We drop episodes every single Monday morning. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not yet, so you don't miss any of these. We work really hard to get you guys this content. And so we appreciate you giving us some time from your day. There's obviously thousands and hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there you could be listening to, and appreciate you guys spending time with us to learn and grow in your education knowledge as well as your school success. So we appreciate that very much. So if you love the content, we would love a 5-star review from you. That would be awesome. And then if you haven't yet subscribed to our school success report, you can do that on our website, schoolsuccessmakers.com. In the right-hand corner, there's a button to sign up for that. It is a weekly email we send out to all of our lists that has different articles we've crafted for you to help you be a better school educator and school leader. So make sure you're getting that in your inbox. And then last but not least, our Facebook group, School Success Makers. It is on there completely free. And there's a few hundred school leaders in there that you can ask questions, get to know, that are a part of our network. We want to make sure you guys have a resource inside of there. Community is so incredibly important in life in general, but also in what you guys are doing for work. So if you're not yet in a community, we'd love you to join there, ask questions. I'm personally in there. We'd love to see you guys in there as well. And then we'll be back here for week 7 in this series that we're in for marketing and enrollment. And it'll be a fun one. So we'll see you guys next week on the School Success Podcast. We'll see you then. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Herzog Foundation.